Gameoration.
What is going on, guys? It's Taylor.
And it's your boy, Dre.
Welcome back to another episode of Gameoration, where we talk about games sometimes, and then a lot of times we'll talk about other
that's the
minutia and you know.
It's perfect. We talk about games sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we talk about games. Quick question, Dre. I'm sure this is gonna divulge into something more. Your partner, your lovely partner, does she ever indulge in the cesspool that is Real Housewives of X?
No, never once.
Whatever. X mean anything, right?
I take it back.
Did you watch Kardashians?
Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Was that it was
a sketch comedy show.
Kevin Hart, though?
Or not sketch comedy show. Yeah, it was a Kevin Hardy parody show of, all the shows you're talking about, but it was Real Husbands of Hollywood. Hilarious show. We watched that for about 4 seasons.
Yeah. It had 4 seasons? Jesus Christ.
At least 4. It's a funny show. I would suggest anyone who watches it, who indulges in the shows you're talking about, that show is obviously a parody of that show, but it's like basically with a black people twist, but like a lot of celebrities.
Well, Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I'm saying, I never watched those shows, so I assume they're basically based around white people or like Jersey type white people. I don't know.
Hey.
I genuinely don't know because I never watched them. But Real Husbands of Hollywood is like a celebrity / black people twist. So black celebrity culture in Real Husbands. So Nick Cannon, Kevin Hart, Chris Rock does a cameo. Sugar Shane Mosley does a cameo. The boxer.
I'm more.
Okay. Nelly does Nelly does a lot of cameos actually. Robin.
Still rocking the Band-Aid on his cheek?
Yep.
Or his,
no Band-Aid. But
because it was dead. It was about relative, right?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you just said that shit so people would stop asking you.
Oh.
The Robin Thicke was there too.
So the token white guy was there.
Yeah. Terry Crews is there too. Does a cameo.
Pop his pecs.
Yeah. And then Big Worm from Friday.
Yeah. It's I know who he is.
Yeah. So I'm just saying a lot of black.
DJ Pooh.
That's not Big Worm. Big Worm, DJ Pooh, 250 people.
I could have swore that was his big DJ Pooh was Big Worm in Friday.
I don't know that's a good.
I could have swore. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Unless there's a possibility there's 2 Dr. Dre's, right? There's Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, and then there's Dr. Dre Death Row. Same name, but so it's possible that he's also DJ Pooh, but I don't know him as DJ Pooh. So it's possible. I haven't ruled it out yet. I'll look it up. Okay. All I'm saying is you got some people. So, but to answer your original question, no.
No, she does not. So my wife does. And so I'm not sure if it's I caused it. And if it wasn't, then I'll probably get blamed for it anyway. If there was blame to be put on anybody, my wife would say it's his fault because marriage. So, I am a big wrestling fan. I watch WWE religiously. And so, in order to get my wife into it, we started watching Total Bellas, which was all about the female wrestlers. And they have their whole thing, and they record, blah, blah, and then they have their day-to-day.
Okay, so I'm thinking Inception logic.
What's up?
Is Total, wait, what is it called again?
So, Total Bellas.
Like Total, like T-A...
I'm sorry, not Total Bella. Total Divas.
Oh, because I was thinking...
Total Divas. Because it was about the Diva division. Before it was Women's Division, it was the Divas Division, before they get rebranded to the Women's Division.
Okay. Yeah, that's hilarious.
So, yeah.
Right. Anyway, so Total Divas.
Total Divas, yeah. It was all about not all of them. They had a select few women
What I ask you, because wrestling, if you don't know, it's mostly stage fake.
It's predetermined.
Yeah, the athleticism is real, right?
Yeah,
but the actual story is fake.
Is.
So, based on that, is the actual Total Divas like a fake too, or is it like
all reality show is fake, Dre?
Okay, look, you know what I'm fucking asking.
No.
What's the level of kayfabe? Is this Total Divas show? Is it like
you wouldn't be able to if I were to show you the Kardashians. Total Divas, which is not is gone, and then Real Housewives of Orange County,
is there really a Real Housewives of Orange County?
Yeah, there is. I'll get to it. That's what I was kind of getting to anyway. So you wouldn't be able to tell like which one was. You would think that they're all written because they're all written. I learned that during a convention actually. Daniel Bryant, which is I'll get it. Like I say, Total Divas was all about the women wrestling, right? And then they would talk about going to TV, which TV is what they call Raw, SmackDown. They call it TV or a PLE now for a pay live event. But back then it was pay per view. And then they go through them. They go day to day. They go through the drama of their lives, relationships, and whatever they're going through. They have cameos from the wrestlers in the backstage. They walk by and talk to them, blah, blah, blah. so that spun off into Total Bellas, which was Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, the two Bella twins. They got really popular. Nikki Bella was the time dating John Cena. So that's where that ended. So my wife got into Total Divas, then she got into Total Bellas, and then she started. Then from there, her job she used to work at, medical related facility. She started having a patient come in that she mentioned, I'm on a TV show. Of course, they always like to brag about themselves. The Real Housewives of Orange County. So I started watching that. So she started watching Real Housewives of Orange County, and then also Real Housewives of like Beverly Hills. Now she watches, and now she watches the lives of the Real Mormon Wives.
I wanted to start that show because there was some controversy about that. The Mormon show.
I don't know, but I wouldn't tell. Like you couldn't tell, like, unless they come out and say like they use the word Mormon in their like what they're saying, like because we're a Mormon, whatever. You wouldn't be able to tell.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like
so they're the fake Mormons. The Mormons by Mormon, like I'm a Mormon, but they're not really Mormon unless you like.
Well, actually, yeah, because that was a recent episode that she had watched. Like they're like, oh, we're Mormon, but we're all about we're
Mormon.
We're Mormon wives. We're for equality, and
you can't see I'm winking. By the way,
so we're for equality, and we are doing this LGBTQ event because the Mormon Church is not recognized LGBTQIA, but we do. So we're going.
That was the controversy about because I know of this show, and it shows up.
You know what I'm saying, but that was the reason. Like as far as like going like fake or real Mormons or like how close you are to the faith. They went and they did a whole event.
Because I know of this show and I'd never even heard of it until like recently, and then like I don't know, fucking social media or my fucking shit is stalking me because now I open up a Hulu, fucking Mormon lies like recommended for you. I was like, what?
Yeah, you should watch that, Dre.
Yeah, but I heard about it, but I don't know anything about it, but I've heard about it. So interesting.
So in gist, like this, every single show is fake, and I learned that because Daniel Bryan, who is married to Brie Bella, who is in one of the Bella twins, was on a convention. He's a wrestler for now. He was in technically was in AEW, but he's talking about he said, what's the worst part of the thing he's done? He said reality TV. He's all because you don't. He's all I'm probably getting in trouble for saying this. He's all, but they film different days on the same day. He's also we're going through our storylines or whatever. And we have to go through and change clothes and do a different storyline so they can film different days on a single day.
The secret's out. We film all the episodes a week in one day too.
We do, yeah. And that's like as far as fake, I'm sure they give each other ideas or like hit these plot points, or we want to talk about this, we want to focus on this whatever. But the thing is, so the Real Housewives of Orange County are probably the worst fucking ones.
God.
Because these women of like 50 plus, and they are trying to just hold on to that youth, right? And like even though they're like not really going to, but I mean they're really trying to, and all they do is talk shit and yell. And I get to a point. I know they're to a point. It's fake and it's written, or like I said, there's plot points given to them. Like hit these points during this episode or during the show, whatever we want to focus on. But like their real life comes into play, like DUIs and all this other stupid shit. And all they do is they yell and talk shit, and they yell and yell and yell. And like, I look at my wife, I'm like, you can't get mad at me for like me watching anime or something where like blood and guts with like my daughter because you're watching this shit and like it's like so. I just have to hear that.
There's a Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yeah, there's like that's it's just like a phenomenon. Like they're catching on like everywhere, right? Like,
It is Athens, Cheshire.
Yeah.
List of editions. They have
Atlanta. They had New York.
So here's
Hills.
here's the list: Orange County, New York, Atlanta, New Jersey, D.C., Beverly Hills, Miami, Potomac. Okay, I was like, Dallas, Salt Lake City, Dubai, and Rhode Island. Ultimate editions. Real Housewives, the ultimate girls trip.
Yeah, and no matter how much they hate each other, they always get together and go on these trips because they're all fucking paid for.
Yeah,
and they go to travel.
International editions,
and they had their little cliques they hang on to.
Athens, Vancouver, Toronto.
Yep.
Les Virales Housewives, which is France. Melbourne, Sydney, Cheshire, New Jersey. No, wait, of Jersey. United Kingdom. I guess there's a place called Jersey.
Like I was saying, they all get no matter how much they hate each other or they fake each other or real hate each other, like they get through and they get tossed in these positions or these situations where they're like, oh, now let's throw a dinner for so and so, and everybody's gonna invite except one person, and the other person's gonna show up and get mad and then cause big old drama. Cops gonna come, they yell, and then they're gonna be friends for like a minute. Then they go into their own cliques and they're going to do whatever.
How much money do you think the creator of this fucking?
I think they're.
No, not the. I don't. Those people can get peanuts.
But like, at one time, I think something. If you remember that show, the Honey Boo Boo show, like Honey Boo Boo, like the girl, like or her family, whatever, was getting like $3,000 an episode.
You know,
but that was TLC money.
Yeah, those people don't make a lot of money. Who makes a lot of money is the creator of that show. Who's basically licensing even just the fucking name. Like, he probably doesn't do anything to the production. But
the concept, the idea.
The concept. There is somebody who's sitting around who has no worries in life because he created a show called Real Housewives of Blank.
Isn't that like you told me about producers like music? Like, you don't make money making music, you like producing music.
All the real money is in the producers, the production,
and that's people who make beats, all right?
Yeah,
make the music.
Well, that's too. Those people make the producer and the beat maker. They could possibly be two different people. What will happen is there's a guy somewhere in his basement who just literally just makes beats. That's all he does all day. He makes a bunch of beats. He sells them. That dude gets, depending on how the deal works out, he might get royalties. He might just sell like, hey, I'll buy that beat from you
outright,
$20,000. A lot of people that are making beats, they might not go anywhere. Like, you can make all these beats, and someone say, I'll give you $20,000 for that beat. You might say, yeah, fuck it, I need to pay rent. They might sell that beat, so that beat might not be owned by somebody else. One of the famous cases, one of the biggest beats.
Yeah,
you'll recognize it as soon as you hear it. Hard Knock Life.
I think from the Annie.
Yeah.
And then from Jay-Z's.
Yeah. I mean, outside the sampling and whatnot, I think Damon Dash said he spent like $80,000 on that beat.
That's rocker, right?
Yeah. And then he might have just spent that, and the guy who made that beat probably didn't get paid a dime more. Unless you write a contract that says, I will just $10,000 and like 5% on the back end or whatever this song makes.
Yeah.
Most people don't do that. It just depends. Like Lil Jon probably still makes a lot of money from his beats.
But
he was a beat maker and a producer. So he like might make.
What's the producer do then?
So a producer, it's a very like all kind of cap thing. You get the beat, you get the artist, you remix it, you create the song, you make the song, you get the features, so you call it to people like, hey, you want to do this, and then you distribute it.
Yeah.
So it's basically the person who you're the artist that does like the lyrics and the singing, yeah. But that person might make beats. That person more likely doesn't. That person just probably just writes a verse and sings it, right? Producers might even like help them. Like, it's basically everything from start to finish. So the person who writes the song, the producer might help write it. He might get a writing credit too. The producer might make the beat. He might just go find the beat. Dude, the producer might mix the track together. He might go find somebody that makes the track together. But the producer's the one who takes that from concept to that shit's on the radio. He pretty much has his hand in all that.
How many people do you think a day or maybe a week, go to like Guitar Center or a music store with their phones and just fuck around on a keyboard and try to make different sounds because they're not going to buy it and use it at home. So they go test it out.
I don't think people do that at all.
They'll try to make their own beat at somewhere, record it, and be like, I'm not gonna. I can. Or they'll see the settings or whatever and what beat to make, and they'll be okay. Well, this beat is done by doing this.
I don't think people do that at all. It is possible. Maybe like if you asked me 20 years ago, there was probably actually a number of people that do that. I think we're so democratized now. So I never even heard of this until literally 2 days ago. And it was funny because the only reason I know this thing exists is some YouTuber was talking about, man, life sucks because this thing exists. And I was like, oh, it's not so bad. It's called Sonu.
Sonu?
Yeah, basically AI music.
Oh, okay.
Now you can basically go to, I mean, they got AI. This isn't new either, but this specific product is new to me. Sono. Okay. Sono, it's SONU. So sound, but like mixed around and no D. But you type in a song like vibe, how you want it to sound.
It's all about details, right?
Yeah. The more details you get it, probably the better. I don't know. I've only been tested out like in passing, but it actually like I had an AI. What's the word? Do I say created? Or
would you say produced or
generated?
Or I guess you wrote the
because I didn't do anything.
You wrote the script. You wrote the script to be generated.
Yeah. So Sonu gave me a beat, and it actually didn't sound bad. I typed like synth wave, 80s retro pop or some shit like that, and it was like I can't remember what it sounds like, but I just remember like I was like, oh shit, this like it's not bad.
I'm gonna sell this shit.
Yeah. Like, so I can understand because now because the fucking I use this shit or I Googled this shit or I typed in Sono in my fucking search. Now every fucking platform I go to, I like these damn Sono ads.
Yeah.
But I click on them just to see what people fucking drown because I like I said, never heard of it.
Yeah.
Heard a YouTube video of it, so I was curious. But now I get like all these things like, oh, check this out, and it's like what I can do with Sono. But what people will do, like I create a guitar riff, like it was like, and
you play guitar, Dre?
Yep, just like this. But my middle ring finger curled in and like that.
The neck and the neck and
the exactly how I guitar. Anyway,
okay. As somebody who plays guitar, I'm offended.
Yeah, but you take that and you can upload it because like you say you want to make a fucking song, right? So you take that, upload it. Sono will analyze it. And like, hey, write me like a drum beat to fix that. Because maybe you don't fucking know how to play drums, and you ain't got no money to say, hey, can you go play drums for me? And y'all your homies
can do Fiverr for that.
Yeah. So I mean, you could, right? But you could but also just typing in Sono, and it like will do one of these for you. And it's like, okay, I get it now, right? Or you can just go sing like
It's all trash.
I'll be your idol.
Oh
right?
my!
And then like you can like have it create a beat for you. Now you have like a song. So I can see the vision there, and I was like, that shit's pretty cool. I don't even know why I went down this path.
Now, if you have to submit a beat to somebody to sell, and would they say recreate it just so they know?
Oh yeah. Well, that's the problem, right? Because now you got to this point where, like I said, these beats to me sound pretty decent.
Yeah.
Like, so there's probably somewhere.
You can work with it, yeah.
Yeah, like that. They're just generating that. So you're at this weirdly strange point where, like, the beat makers are probably going to go out of business. Yeah. But we were talking about producers. Hey, that's how we got down this track. We were talking about producers and then beat makers and all that money. Anyway, at the end of the day, that dude who created Real Housewives is fucking living large.
Yeah, so living in the house.
Yeah.
That's the guest house owned by.
Have I ever suggested that show Unreal to you?
Unreal?
It's called Unreal.
No.
Okay, there's a show called Unreal. Yeah,
go for it.
It's called Unreal. It's a parody of like The Bachelor or some shit, but it's a parody of like behind the scenes parody. So it's like about a group of people who make a show called, I don't remember, Everlasting Love or some shit like that.
Okay. Which
is basically The Bachelor, but you see how they show the inner workings of that show. Like, like, hey, you should take this drink, or let's just get the girls drunk, and how like shit will happen. It's an interesting show to watch, but it really gives you an eye into like the back. What's the word I'm looking at?
It's a parody, though.
Yeah, no, but it I mean, obviously it's a parody, but it shows how staged a reality show is. Yeah. It is a fucking scripted show, but they're showing you that look, these reality shows are fucking staged beyond reason. We do this to make these people mad.
Yeah.
We feed them lies. We get them drunk on purpose. We purposely set up situations where like they'll be confronted by like a guy like they knew in the past, just like kind of throw them off. It just basically shows how fake a reality show can be through a scripted show. But it's a good show to watch if you're really down into reality TV. So you asked a question. Let me ask you a question about reality TV in general. Do you like reality TV, or is there a certain type of reality TV you like, or is it like?
So I was a big fan of the show on Amazon Prime. Got one season. Hopefully, it comes back for two. Daniel Tosh's The Goat. You know the Goat? Okay,
no.
So sadly, a lot of people haven't heard of it, but it was funny. So what it was, Daniel Tosh would host a.
I can't stand that dude. Nah, that's probably why I didn't watch it. Daniel Tosh 2.0. That dude that joins the fucking hell out of me. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so I'm a big Tosh fan. He is I like his podcast and I like this the game show. So he hosted a show called The Goat, and we got a bunch of reality stars from reality different reality TVs, and put them in a house together, and gave them challenges to see who was the greatest reality star of all time. That's most The Goat.
Oh god,
that's all it was. But it
is some
was,
Inception shit right there. Reality TV show about reality TV stars in a reality TV show competition.
Yep. And it was, and he treats it like it really is. Like he knows it's a big joke. It's all stupid, and he treats it that way too. And he makes it known it treats it that way too. But I mean, my wife actually got into it too. I was watching it, and then my wife got into it, and we're watching it together. And it would come on every week, and then the season ended. Obviously.
So I was watching.
It was fun.
I've been watching Korean reality TV, which mostly dating shows.
Titles?
Yeah.
You gotta read. Boring.
Well, we watch it in English though, which is it sounds horrible, but I can't stand because reading takes up way too much energy.
Yes.
But we were watching this dating show called Better Late Than Single, or it's some word combination like that.
Okay.
The show started off fun and goofy, like lighthearted.
Uh-huh.
They basically took a bunch of like nerds and girls who can't get dates or who are bad at dating or whatever.
Attacked.
Basically virgins and bad daters.
Okay.
And it
really underweight and overweight people?
No, they well somewhat at first, but mostly awkward and not people who don't know how to like
conversate.
That too. Riz. Like so Rizless, no style, and some of them are out of shape. So they go through like a makeover process.
Like the Swan.
No. Oh God.
Remember that show, The Swan?
Yes. Not like that. Just like
there's some woman on there from San Diego really pretty.
Yeah. Oh. Ugh. Anyway. So they go through like a makeover process. They kind of help them, coach them, basically, and then they basically throw them all together. All these nerds and girls and guys.
They're now attractive.
Who
still don't have the same.
They didn't look that bad to begin with. But they just needed just a once over. What's that show called? Movie with the girl who didn't look that bad to begin with, and they gave her like they took off her glasses and
She's All That. No,
is that I've never
She's
seen.
All That.
I don't know.
Yeah, She's All That. Yeah,
and they it's like she's
Rachel Lee Cook.
Okay, yeah,
she was a girl from Joyce Pussycats.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So then that is basically like that. None of these people are that bad looking, but if you just give them a haircut,
would you date them, Dre?
Yeah. The girls in that show are fucking kind of hot to begin with, and they just kind of like help them a little bit, but they're like up their hotness. The dudes don't look that bad, but they like help them out. They give them new hairstyles and fix their style. Yeah, they all look nice. Anyway, the problem with this show is that none of these people know how to fucking date.
Excuse me.
So like the show's funny at first and it's kind of cute and awkward. Like all these people who don't know how to date, they're trying to, and it just doesn't really work out. Or sometimes it works, but they don't. They're all almost bad at reading social cues, and they're all almost bad at just like understanding how other people feel.
Gotcha.
So the show goes along, and at some point it becomes emotionally draining because this guy will like a girl, and but that girl will like another guy, and that guy will like another girl, right?
There's life right there. It's all about to be a nerd.
But in a normal like dating like life, those people will be able to handle it. Like if you like somebody and she didn't like you back, you'd be like, okay, well, I went for my shot. And you didn't work out. But these guys don't have any experience doing that.
So 10 times worse.
Yeah. It is like the saddest thing watching this guy who really likes this girl who doesn't like him back. And now it's like heartbreaking. It's like, oh.
Watch her date somebody else.
Like this dude, like he talked to a girl. He was talking to a girl that liked him.
Yeah.
So they went on a date. And she kind of told that to him, and he was like, oh, and like he doesn't know what to fucking do, right? Because he's never been in a situation like this girl.
Where a girl likes him.
Yeah, she's basically telling me she likes me, and he's like a really shy guy. So he was like, so he asked her what she was planning on cooking for dinner, right? And no, you're looking at me weird. That's exactly how she was like freaks out because he's like, and then they interview him later, and he's like, yeah, I didn't know what to say. I panicked.
Cooking for dinner.
So I asked her the first thing to kind of like change the subject.
So sexism, huh?
And so he felt really bad about this because he knew that she liked him.
Bought a cookbook?
Yeah. No. So he went home and cried. It's like, it was the saddest thing. I was like, man, this show's not fun anymore. It was fun and cute at first. Like, these dorks are trying to, like, find relationships and then, like, awkwardly working through it. But now it's like...
You're like, what a little bitch.
But now it's, like, all awkward because he didn't know what to do. So he didn't know how to tell her, like, be honest with her.
Somebody cry on camera?
Yeah, so he cried. He went back to his room and cried. It's like, oh, this isn't fun. He's now crying because he didn't want to date her, which is fine, but he didn't know how to tell her that. So it just came across as super fucking awkward. And now,
how many criers do you have on the show, Dre?
No, they cry all the fucking time, man. Like the first
do?
4 episodes, there was no crying. Like episode 4,
and then they made it for it.
Yeah, episode 5 to like 7, like there's always a guy or a girl crying. So, all right, the last episode, right?
Like girls crying, like makes it's okay to you can handle a girl crying, but a guy crying,
it's sad regardless. But the guy cried because he cried because he didn't, not because he got rejected, because he rejected somebody else, and he just felt really bad, and he's like, damn, this is not fun. But here, so the next episode is like secret date, right? So basically, they set up all they set up all the girls in a location.
Yeah.
And there's like 6 guys and 6 girls, and then basically, the guys pick the date. The guys pick the girl they want to go on a date with. Right? Well, 6 girls, 6 guys.
So they should have a date in theory.
In theory, it could work out 1-1. Now, how it actually works out is one girl gets 3 dates. And then the other girl gets, I think, the other 3. Or it might work out in some fashion of that.
But all girls get dates, though, like...
No.
The
other 3 girls are just sitting there for like 20 minutes or however long they actually have. Because they have lighting and like they have like a whole room. So they clearly set all this up. So the girl is sitting there for at least in probably 20 minutes to an hour, right?
Yeah.
Before they text her and says... No one's coming. It's just so heartbreaking.
So she sits there and waits for them to show up?
Yeah.
That's fucked
like
up.
they walk like because it's like surprise, like, oh, you're here, right? 3 of the girls, 0 dates.
Man.
And it's just like now we're like, this isn't fun anymore. Now it's just heartbreaking. You watch her sit there and like, I man, maybe because this reminds me of like fucking high school when I'm like.
And you were sitting by yourself in a room for an hour?
Yes, and you waiting for someone, and hopefully someone comes to come to me, right? And only 3 of the girls. It's even worse. So now, later on that same day, it's the same thing flipped. 6 guys, 6 girls, and they still can all pick out whatever date they want.
Yeah.
In this case...
Can they say no?
No, they can't say no in terms of like, they're just sitting there, and if a girl wants to go on a date with them, they will show up, and then they have like an hour-long conversation, and they leave, and they keep swapping out like that.
Yeah.
Right? Well, the guys was even worse. 4 of the girls go on a secret date with one guy. Wait, I don't know. Yeah, it was one guy got 4 of the girls, and one guy got the other 2.
And then the 4 guys cried.
Well, one guy was at a bar, and he's like ordering drinks, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, no one's coming. I guess you can give me one more drink." He's sitting there just drinking by himself. It's like that is like the most soul crushing thing I've ever watched in my life. These guys are like trying to be so vulnerable for the first time, and just getting fucking
they have a camera crew
rejected.
following him at the bar?
Yeah.
Wow.
They'd have a camera of him setting up at the bar and then like waiting patiently for someone to show up, and then no one shows up. It is like, it was like so. The show went from a funny, cute show about these people not dating before, going on dates, to now there's so much heartbreak,
soul wrecking, like depression.
Like now we went from like watching episode after episode. Now it's like we watch one episode like every couple of days because it's just so soul draining. Like, man, I can't watch this anymore. It's depressing. Man, I'm sorry. It
No,
is.
no, it's fine. No, like have you seen the show where they pop the fucking balloons? There's so many parodies
Oh
of that.
god, there is so many like those YouTube dating shows that are like
Is that
fucking.
YouTube only?
I don't know if it's YouTube
I don't know.
only. I see the clips on YouTube
But I
only.
see them and like there's these girls who are super good looking and like everything's in the right place and more than enough sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome. He's like, oh, I don't like that. Or whatever. I'm
Yeah,
like, what are you
all
doing?
these shows are so dating shows have gotten like so stupid, especially the YouTube date. There's like this YouTube idea, like, oh, I can make that show, but put it on YouTube, and it'll be like a
'Cause it costs less.
but yeah, but
Free.
like the version they do is like so like bad that like most TV dating shows, like there is like a foundation there where they like screen candidates to like a certain point, right?
Yeah.
And then like at least have people that like are good looking and like
Good looking to you or to somebody else. 'Cause
like they have
we saw that movie where like on the Netflix movie where were looking pretty. But I'm like, that's it's up to the eye of the beholder. Like it's
oh yeah, but they have a staffing director or a casting director that picks, generally speaking.
story about that. I'll tell you.
But you know what I'm saying? Like these people were like, I might not like that girl, but she's not ugly. Like I can appreciate that. If I were to rank her on a scale of 1 to 10, most of these girls are like 7 to 8s, 9s. They might not be for me, but they're generally speaking, like attractive, like just objectively, like So like, but these YouTube shows they don't do that, right? They just kind of throw it out there to anybody, which is fine on one end. But then you get these dating shows where it's like these guys that just aren't good looking at all, and these girls are really good looking, and it's just like like the concept is there, but you're not.
The answer for a reason though, like they're not. But again, it goes back to what I'll tell you, Bo.
Well, I was gonna say they don't understand like these shows that they are basically making a copy of work well because they put more effort that's not seen behind the scenes than they're putting in. And then like I don't know, these dating shows on YouTube are just so bad.
So my cousin was an actress or is an actress, I guess. I'm not sure. She quit.
I was like, damn, she was.
Or she no, she got into a couple of like she stopped acting. She did like I think her biggest thing she did was Thumb Wars, which was if you ever saw like Kung Pao Into the Fist, that the guy the main it's like a parody film of the Kung Fu films, but really funny. I fucking love that movie. But he did it's all about Star Wars. A couple like these movies they did all in thumb. So it's just a thumb with like 2 eyes and a mouth on it, and they would talk, right?
That was the whole movie?
No, it was in the settings, but then the person would be just a dressed up thumb as a character. So he did Thumb Wars.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He did an entire movie just for thumbs.
Yeah, well, yeah, people's thumbs, yeah, and he would put the eyes and the nose and the mouth of the person on the thumb, and then have them that they would act that way, right?
That sounds like a YouTube video, just an extreme YouTube video.
So this was a long time ago, back when I was like,
just right.
What's up?
Cut you off. What is the longest YouTube video you've ever watched in your entire life? It doesn't have to be in one sitting. Just long. If you knew, like, because I
will get it. I can talk about that in a moment too.
I can say it because there's a video by something Nichols, Jenny Nichols. It was 7 hours long.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do that shit.
And I watched the whole thing. It was basically about the Star Wars hotel or some shit like that. But it was an interesting video, but I had to watch it in parts. But that's the longest video I've ever watched. So I was just curious which one is, if you knew one. Anyway, tell your story about your cousin.
So she would. So in high school when I was a senior, we had in our class we had to bring in like somebody from like a profession. They had to talk about the profession, blah blah. So she came in and she talked about acting. And then
I've seen that shit on TV all the time, and I thought that shit was just like a fake thing they did. I've never done that in my entire life.
So my class. So I was in a class that started like supposed to start in freshman year and go to all 4 years. Supposed to be in it. Get ready for college. They take you to schools and they show you the campuses and they blah blah, and then part of our being a senior in that for our senior project for that class was to bring somebody in from a profession and they were to talk to the class about that.
Like I've seen it on TV, like cartoons and shit, and like, oh, it's career
right?
day, and they're like, oh, I'm a judge, and like I see it in like on fucking Abbott Elementary, and AP Bio, but I've never actually in my entire life we've never once brought anyone that wasn't the teacher. Might bring somebody like, oh hey, this is so and so. I know
neighbor.
back, yeah. But I've never. It was never like a bring your parent career or bring somebody who has a career to class day.
Yeah,
I always thought that shit was just something they made up in like fucking. Like, you know, like they had those career days in high school and TV shows.
The commercial with like the baseball player. And yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
I always thought that shit was fake too, because I've never seen that shit in real life.
It's
But,
real.
Yeah.
So she came in. She had answered questions from like my classmates with it, questions, and yeah, the fucking class fucking suck up asking all these fucking questions to her, and then she told us like, well, in acting, you go for an audition. He's like, you may do a good job, but if the casting director doesn't like you, if you remind them of something in high school or something they don't like, or if you're anything about you that they don't like, they're dismissed. Like it's really simple. Like the other part is you have to be good and you have to be like likable, and then you have to have nothing going against you that isn't under your control. Like seriously, like, you go there like, oh fucking this guy is walks with a limp, or he has a different a funny hairstyle or whatever. Like
There's
fuck this guy.
Well, you remember the actor in Groundhog's Day? He's not the main character. He's
Steven Tobolowsky?
Is it the tall dude with the glasses?
Yeah, Steven Tobolowsky.
Yeah, how did you know that? Because he's like talking to him and he steps in the water and he's like, oh
Yeah.
He says in an interview he went to a casting director one time and like she's reading his stats for like you know, white male that's 5'7" or whatever, and she's like, oh, can you be 5'6"? He's like, yeah, of course. And that's how he got the part. Because he wasn't even the height that she wanted. And she asked him, could he be the height? And he's like, yep. I knew the right answer was yes.
Yeah. Well,
and I got the part. It was just like, yeah, it does. Your acting ability matters somewhat in an audition.
You can saw yourself.
Yeah. And then, but it could just be, oh, her hair is a little too dark or her skin is a little bit too light. Or
she had monkey boobs.
Or not even like that. It can be like, oh, she was great, but when I put him up against the actor, there was no chemistry there. Yeah. They have what they call those readings.
Yeah, not table readings, but they have like the testing.
Testing, and they like, oh, they just don't work together. They're both great actors. They can be fucking excellent actors, and they can look the parts, but they just don't have that chemistry there, and it's just like, nah. It barely matters, and it's like, oh, you're not tall enough, you're not short enough, your voice is too thick, your voice is not thick enough. What we're looking for is over here, and you're over here, and it does nothing to do with your acting capability. It doesn't even have to matter how pretty you are or aren't. This is what they're looking for, and sometimes you're just not it. Which is like it would kind of suck, right? Yeah, it's just like, damn. That's why I always found it funny when Gina Carano got kicked out of acting and people are like, oh man, I was like, look, that bitch was never they don't pick her because she's a great actor. They picked her because she's like a big buff woman. It's like, okay, cool. There's like the concept of a silhouette in Hollywood, right? Mm-hmm. When Gina Carano steps on the scene, you don't have to know anything. Like, oh, she's a buff woman, she's probably a soldier or something, or like a fucking gladiator, and her silhouette says that. Star. Yeah. And as long as she can act well enough, it'll work.
Yeah.
And that's what she did. It's like, oh, okay, she
wasn't carrying the movie. She was just
She was buff, and it's like, okay, cool. Like, because there are probably actresses out there. Is it actors or actresses? Does it matter?
I think it's so. I asked you this in a while. I'll ask you back. We have to talk about this. Right? I think actors is the actor across the board.
Okay, so the actors, like, there are actors who can act circles around Gina Carano. Yeah. They just don't have that fucking Gina Carano stature.
That build, yeah.
So, unfortunately, you weren't the part we were looking for. We needed someone that looked like Gina Carano.
And about 30 pounds more muscle.
Yeah. And even though you act circles around her, it is what it is. So, yeah. But yeah, casting directors, fun stuff. Speaking of casting directors, acting, dude, Shang Tsung. R.I.P.
Shang Tsung is dead.
As of today, Shang Tsung passed away yesterday.
He couldn't even morph into somebody else before he died.
Or maybe that's what it is. He just morphed into somebody else. Yeah, and somebody else. They like, oh, he must have died. Yeah, because he just morphed. No, that's crazy. The dude who basically put Shang Tsung on the map. That all the Shang Tsungs have basically been based on him in the video games since like the 90s,
though, right?
Yeah, there's an NK1 actor.
He had in the movie he had long hair.
Yeah.
In the game, he was like short hair, like a black hat, didn't he have?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the difference. So the first two Shang Tsungs in the first game and the second game are in different act, or it might be the same actor, but that's different.
trying to say they look like Drake. On top of that,
But then the Shang Tsung, who was the actor in the first Mortal Kombat movie, they kept that dude, that look for Shang Tsung way longer than either Shang Tsung. And if you go back in his like filmography, he played Shang Tsung in like some other things, but he was the Shang Tsung in a recent video game.
But also like he like if you look at Shang Tsung, he can morph in anybody, so like he can really just doesn't even matter, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
it doesn't matter at all. I'm saying they use that dude's likeness a lot for Shang Tsung and some other stuff too. There's a show called Man in the High Castle I really like that he also played in.
Wasn't that about that was the Nazi one that
it's the Nazi one.
Okay, right.
Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
Different. It's like different timeline, different realities. Nazi Germany. It's a really depressing show.
Was that with Charlize Theron? No, that was a movie with Charlize Theron. It was Sky Pirate. It was Sky Pirate. Will Tomorrow with Charlize Theron.
That was with Jude Law.
Yeah, no, there was one with Charlize Theron, I think, and it was like what if the Third Reich won, or they had another whatever. And maybe it was.
I don't know my actresses that well, so it could be Charlize Theron, and I just don't know. I just know I don't think it's her though.
Yeah. I may think of two different movies. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that he passed away, and
it is.
I was just trying to bring this back to video games, and so Shang Tsung.
What the fuck do you think kind of podcast is, man?
So Shang Tsung,
games for here.
R.I.P.
It's just called Gameoration. That's all. It's just in name only.
That's just crazy.
Not what we're talking about.
That's just crazy though. Like it's like it's crazy to be an actor, but like if you showed me his face, I would say like
Shang Tsung,
because that's what his probably one of his biggest roles of his entire life had to be Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
In like a little goofy kind of like Mortal Kombat movie, but yeah, he passed away. I don't know. It's just crazy being old, and then like as you get old, one of the caveats of getting old is all of the people you knew or die around you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Shang Tsung passed away recently. It's just like, man, it's like part of my childhood almost because. Well, Mortal Kombat when I was a kid.
You look at all the people that you grew up watching, and they're all on the same age. They're all probably gonna die around the same age too. Like that's that reality.
Yeah.
Like if one starts they start to they're like people we loved watching in movies and artists, or music bands, whatever cast may be, you're gonna start seeing like fucking in a row. They're gonna start fucking dying.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I'm like I feel like R.I.P. Not R.I.P. What am I saying? I don't want to say R.I.P. but
life. I don't know.
Yeah. Rest in life. Yeah. Like because I feel like Harrison Ford and fucking Mark Hamill are knocking on heaven's door. Harrison Ford has to be like 80, 90 years old at this point.
I out of the two, Mark Hamill seems more spry than
energy wise, but he sounds like he smoked way more blunts than Harrison Ford smoked in life. So
I know maybe
not even blunts, or maybe cigarettes.
Cigars, what have you? I don't know.
I do like Mark Hamill. He does seem like he has a lot more energy in terms of like life.
But Harrison Ford is actually a really funny interview. Like if you hear one of interviews, like he's a funny person. Like he may not be like the quickest in speaking or the highest like talk.
No, I always
still he's a funny person. He can still make jokes and shit.
I hear that he's like he's secretly a comedian. He loves to work. What I hear, like he doesn't want to sit around the house and do shit. He's a funny guy if you knew him, but you don't know him. Like people don't know him.
The best
like
pilot, but yeah. Yes, everybody is going to die, and then we'll start seeing those.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Yeah.
But all it means is we have to learn actors, like new actors and new artists and shit like that. And I don't know, learning like if you drive like by a bus or a window of like coming soon this movie, you're like, the fuck these people? I have no idea who these people are. Like,
yeah, we're getting old, man.
We're getting old. You're talking about
like I keep hearing all this shit about Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Still,
you know both of her. Yes,
she's probably in shit that I've seen, but
the movies.
I don't know. Like if you did a police lineup, said which one of these women is
blonde women is Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. I would I don't know.
One with the biggest boobs.
Okay, if you say so. When it comes to big boobs and actress, the last one I could think of is the chick from Mad Men. And I don't even know her name. I want to say it's Jessica,
Oh, and it's,
Jessica Chastain, but if it's not that, then I have
it's
no
not
idea.
her, no,
yeah,
no.
see, I don't know then.
Yeah.
But that's like the last.
She was also on Firefly.
Yes, she was. She played
She was the
the
courtesan.
weird chick that was trying to like
Hooked
steal.
up
Yeah,
with Nathan Fillion.
yeah, yeah.
And then the
Sapphire or something like
and
that.
the
Yeah.
courtesan cried like the poor man in your show, and because she was hooking up with him.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I think I'm gonna say her name was like Sapphire or something like Saffron or Sapphire.
In the show, not real life. She's not a stripper.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was the last. But yeah, that's her. And outside of that, I couldn't even know. I don't know. I seriously don't know who Sydney Sweeney is. I just know the name because it pops up in pop culture a lot these days. Just like 6'7". I still couldn't tell you what the fuck that was. We know it's a game or a song now. We determined that it's a song, and I still haven't listened to it.
Yeah. My wife said, "No, it's a basketball player." I'm like, I don't know. Okay. I looked it up. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm getting
Um.
old. But yeah,
Speaking of getting old,
in video
do you find-
games.
video games now.
Yeah.
Time to talk about games. Okay, I guess. I'm sorry. I was just talking about riffing on stuff.
No, let's go. Let's go.
Well, the games are riffing on stuff.
No, whatever you're gonna say, pretend I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I'd be a jerk about it. Jeez, Trey. No. I was thinking, when I when I was younger, people would always be like, "Oh, like I love like people of a certain age, like for some reason they got into history, like watching like the History Channel. Like, they just watch that shit 24/7. Like my mom loves anything World War II. Like I'm not sure it's because she wasn't born during that era. She was born after World War II, but she loves will watch World War II shit all day long, right? And famously, Ozzy Osbourne was a huge World War II fan.
I didn't know that.
Like he'd sit and watch history and all about history fucking all the time. Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, like all those people, right? Like, well, them probably from the role, but
Do you
history wise,
people were watch
excuse me,
like because this World War II was like with 1934 to 1945, right?
Yeah.
So that's like a 10-year period in history. And your mom, let's say she was born in the 60s, 50s, 70s, right?
She was born in
So
sometime.
she's basically watching a period of time that happened 20 years before, 10 and 20 years before her.
Yeah.
Do you think people that are born now will sit there and like
Watch Desert
when they get old and watch shit on a TV that's like from the 80s and 90s?
I mean, like
it just doesn't seem like shit.
history wise, like you have the Gulf War and
Desert
that's
Storm.
about it, and you have like
the war in Iraq.
Osama bin Laden being assassinated, but like that's mostly like a whole documentary about that, and people talking about
I'm
that
also being
shit.
sarcastic, but I just feel like we're in this weird time where like people care less and less and less about history. Like I think where your mom was born in that time frame is like the last time people would actually kind of cling on to history and historic events.
Yeah.
And then like it's gonna slowly like fade away. Like they're not. I think in 20 years they're not gonna be teaching anything like between the 19
relevance.
yeah, like in 1920 to 19 or to 2000s. Pretty much that'll probably be like the housing crash, the Y2K, COVID, and that is probably it. There's probably
9/11?
9/11. Okay, 9/11. But there's probably no other real significant event that's worth talking about in history. On like a global scale, like
Switch.
like there's like the there's like the LA riots, but that's like only LA, and it's not like a global impact. But like
It's about a black man. That's why I drank. Come
no,
on.
no. Well, 9/11 was like a global event. COVID, global. Housing market crash,
Yeah.
global. But like shit like the LA riots, the fucking bombing, the Boston bomber, the massacre, Boston massacre, the bombing.
Boston Massacre or the Boston bombing?
Well, it was a massacre. He killed multiple people. The bombing, dude.
Oh, you're talking about the not Ted Kaczynski,
But
the
him
other
too.
guy.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like
yeah.
the Oklahoma bombing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy who
Yeah.
destroyed the
Those
daycare and shit.
Those are like so isolated events. Like they're not gonna be talked about. Like there's like only those 4 events I can even think of.
Luigi.
Nah, I don't even think that's gonna be.
Really?
It's one dude killed this other rich dude. It's not. It doesn't have
healthcare?
any global impact. I mean, healthcare prices aren't changing. So I'm just saying, like, we live in a history where like we have some of the most.
Wu-Tang?
We have some of the most amazing things happening
Death Row
technological and history and like science wise, but I just don't think there's any significant events that were going to be pulled out of our timelines because it's just like a bunch of bull. Like, you think they're going to talk about crypto in 40 years? Like, just.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna sit and they're gonna make a semester. No, they'll make a week mockery of the time that people thought that buying NFTs were cool.
Yeah, I was just gonna say NFT. Like NFTs come and gone. Like, do we?
People who sit and spent so much fucking money on a goddamn gorilla or a boat or whatever the fuck they were trying to buy.
Some people made a lot of money off NFTs.
And they were saying this picture, which I can print out right now and show it to you in like real life, is worth this much, and I own it. I own this picture, and then whatever. But I asked about the history part, and only because like I really got into. There's this guy called Dr. Roy Casagrande. Is
his Roy Casagrande?
Yeah, his name's Roy Casagrande. But
that sounds like a joke name. Sorry,
no, his real name. But he's a history professor, and you asked me about how long videos I watched. I would at my house. I do dishes all the time. So what I do is I pop music or something in my head to I do dishes. So like I'll clean shit up and I'll do dishes, but I'll put on his one of his lectures. And there's a couple we used to be on his channel, but he got a different channel and it made a bunch of other podcasts available. He also has a podcast as well, which I listen to. But talk about history. But I listened to this fucking 2-hour lecture by him, like front to back, like no stop, like whatever. I was doing shit, but it was super fucking interesting, and I was getting so much shit done because I was so productive. Because I was so interested in what I was listening to. Like I didn't like what I was doing with my hands was like, yeah, I was doing it right, but like I was doing more things. I was finding more things to do, so I can continue listening to this podcast uninterrupted because I don't want my wife or my daughter like talk to me and stuff. While listening, I'm like, I only want to listen to this.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, I know it's bad, but they're actually watching TV, so it really didn't matter what the fuck I was doing. And as long as I'm doing dishes, they aren't gonna bother me because they're not gonna do them. And so. Yeah, so the longest podcast I've listened to front to back is a 2-hour podcast.
Oh, I've listened to
our video.
But the longest video I ever watched in sections was at 7 long. It might even 4. There was a video I watched that was 7 hours long. Maybe it was the Doctor Who analysis. I don't know. YouTube videos are interesting, and it's just interesting how long they've gotten. I
actually made my if you want to talk about games, nerd, I made my wife watch the 3-part Zelda timeline breakdown.
I have not seen that.
Yeah.
The only thing I've watched, there's a Back to the Future parody, and he talks about the timelines of Legend of Zelda, and he just keeps going. Oh yeah, basically the idea is like in the very beginning, it's like a Link's fighting Ganondorf and he wins.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, everything's good. And then all of a sudden, Doc Brown comes in like, oh, Link, we got to go somewhere. And I was like, what's going on? Like, oh, yeah, let me explain it to you. And like, he draws out this board of like this super convoluted, nonsensical thing about Link keeps basically getting reborn and again and keeps coming back.
Well, there's 3 timelines. At one time, there's 3 timelines. There was the hero time, and then there was like young Link, and then there was the one where he like actually died. And like those 3 timelines were canonical at the time I watched them. Canonical timelines.
It's always that way, right?
Yeah, and then and that's what all the games are based on. And the games are based on those 3 timelines.
Yeah, I'm so mad that
what's up?
I got to this point where like I used to buy comics like crazy. I still own a bunch of comics, but I don't buy them anymore. But I used to buy them like crazy. I used to like sit there and dedicate time and brain energy learning the lore. And learning like the story. You always call me a lore master, but I don't think I'm that good.
Lore master.
But I used to like really put time and effort to that shit.
Yeah.
Until I got like mid-20s, 25.
Would you say this when you're fucking bitches?
Yeah, nah, that too. But no, what happened was
you always say
like someone will come in, buy Star Wars, and like, oh yeah, all that shit you put into your brain. It's all uncanon.
That's right. And now
you wasted all your fucking time reading all those extra Star Wars books.
All those characters.
Shadows in the Empire. Luke and Leia's, or Luke and Solo's kids. They don't exist anymore.
Mara Jade and Luke.
Yeah. All that shit. It's like if you had a bunch of stuff on a table and somebody just walked in and just slid all that shit to the floor. It's like, now we're starting clean.
Nice,
it's like
nice pile.
Yeah. And I really bring that up because
what's up?
Because they were saying like I don't know this about Legend of Zelda, but they were saying like all those games that we played are now thought of as the the time of myth or something. Like
Time of myth.
yeah, like they didn't uncanonize him, but those are like the time. All those previous stories are just myths of Link and Zelda or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, time they call it the time of myth or the time of the past. So it was just funny, like
It's a way to rebrand and read
so like all that fucking X-Men knowledge I have in my head, yeah, it's just worthless. So I could tell you about Superman's history yet. All that shit can read canon.
Nothing.
Yeah. So I'm at the point where I don't even bother putting that much effort into any lore of anything because someone's gonna go in and buy that shit.
Yeah.
Like Harry Potter storyline right now until somebody buys that shit up. It's like, oh yeah, that was just a time of myth. And what really happened is, and it's like read fucking canon is like, oh, I put all that effort into learning that story about fucking Wolverine and Lady Deathstrike only to find out it was just a myth. It was all a dream and none of that shit matters anymore.
It was all a dream. Like that. Doing your B.I.G. impression.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's the worst of it, where all that stuff is still canon, but it doesn't matter because they rewiped the universe, like fucking Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 1 is basically Liu Kang restarted all history.
Being the Time Lord.
Yeah. So even though all that history is canon,
it was nice knowledge, right?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because we just erased it all.
So I need you now to go, please, and go back and through. I need you to learn all that again, please, all the new stuff, so I can talk to you about it.
Just all it gone. It's like,
and you take off like 2 days of work, and need you to go and read all this stuff, Dre. I need you to come back and teach us all. Give us the Dre notes.
Well,
Dre's version.
Lore for nothing. Yeah. I guess I'm most angry at Star Wars. Cause I used to really like those Star Wars books in high school, or not even high school. I think elementary school or mid school. I used to really like these little like Star Wars stories.
Me and my wife agreed that your non-knowledge of middle school or junior high is just a you thing, because she knows he calls it junior high as well. She calls it junior high. I call it junior high.
It's so stupid. It's junior high.
Yeah. So
it's middle school.
Quick thing. Dre does not think junior high should be called junior high. He thinks it's called mid school.
Because okay, well look, it's elementary school, right?
Yeah.
What would you call that? Do you call it elementary school?
It's primary school, elementary school.
Okay, primary I can get, but junior high school implies that there's a senior high school.
Well, it's just getting you ready for high school, like a junior high, like. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's just kind of you're saying that, but yeah.
Yeah,
that was all.
Junior high school. It's middle school. Elementary, middle, and high.
No, sir.
Junior high school. That just sounds so weird. Does people actually say junior? I'm gonna go Google that shit. Junior. We did
after the episode, and I got confirmed.
Because it wouldn't even be junior high school. It would be high school junior then. No one says, "Why you don't call your person who has the same name?" It's like, "Oh yeah, this is Junior Mike, and that's Mike." You call him Mike Junior. Why would it be?
They call him Junior.
You can call him Junior, but you wouldn't say Junior Mike. You would say Mike Jr., right?
Little man? I don't know, man.
What would you call it? High school, junior high school, high school junior. It's so stupid. Anyway,
I see questions I don't answer.
High school,
sorry.
Junior high school. That just sounds so. Sorry.
It's okay.
The concept of junior high school is like, it's not, it doesn't work on any phonetical level because it's like, yeah, the way it works is Mr. or like Mike and then Mike Jr., Mike Sr., blah blah blah. But then it'd be high school senior. So you're a junior. So you could be a senior in junior high school.
So I currently before we take off right now, I will say something. I feel like I'm back in high school. I feel like I'm back in high school, or even like post high school, like in the working early 20s, because right now you and I are sitting talking about games and movies and just dorky shit. And there's what sounds like a party behind us with people laughing and having a great ass time drinking because there's a bar there's a bar downstairs.
Dog. I went to a fucking bar the other day
on purpose.
Yes, because we were hungry. We went to a escape room and we're like, shit, I need to get some food.
Yeah.
And it was like at 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, this is the only place that's open nearby. It wasn't fucking Hollywood. So we went to a place, sat down. And I was like, it was basically a bar club. It was like a wannabe club, but there was no bitches dancing, but it was basically playing the music loud and shit.
Yeah.
So it was basically a loud ass bar at the end of the day. A loud ass bar where they served food and had pool and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I fucking hate this. Like, I can't imagine. Is this like the fucking coolest thing I was looking forward to in college? I'm like old now, so it's like, okay, I can't do this anymore. But I was like, man, this is not like, it's loud and shit. I gotta like talk really loud so the people next to me can hear me.
Yeah.
And then like this drunk dude comes up and he's talking about, I don't remember what the fuck he was talking about, but he was like talking about
shit.
He was talking about fighting and shit.
Fighting you?
And like he's like, oh, what's up? Like okay, this dude's drunk, obviously. Like, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh yeah, and he's just talking, and he's talking about fighting in general. And I'm like, okay, this dude, he's already drunk.
My podcast?
Yeah, and he has like all these tats and shit, and he looks like he's like.
Did you say tap out one of them?
Huh?
Did one of them say tap out?
Nah, but it was like tats and shit, and you could tell like he's like, he's been around the block, right? In terms of like, he gets. So I'm just like, all right, this dude's drunk. He's talking about fighting. And how sometimes it's the right thing to do, and I'm like, okay, I gotta just de-escalate the situation, right? Because I don't know this dude, but he's already like,
he knows you, Dre.
Yeah, he's already like talking about fighting and shit. It's like, okay, let me just bring him down there. Like, I'm like, sometimes peace is literally, like, and he's like, no, fuck that. Sometimes you gotta
you don't argue with a man. You just say yes or no, sir. Thank you, sir.
All I'm trying to do is just like, okay, just keep breaking it down. De-escalation level, like, but sometimes it's like love and like it's like, nah, fuck that. Sometimes you gotta knock a motherfucker out. I was like, oh god. In my head, I'm like, oh god, here he goes. But basically, I kind of like wean because he's kind of out there in terms of like he's drunk clearly, so it's like, okay, eventually he sees some girls walk by, he starts talking to me, and I'm like, okay, let me just turn this way. But it's just like, I don't know this dude, I don't know what he's capable of, I don't even know he's a fucking knife, he might have a fucking gun in his left pocket. I'm just like kind of like, I'm running all these scenarios in my head, like, okay, this dude's talking about fighting, he's fucking drunk as shit.
Yeah,
he's like tatted up, he's like chains, and I'm just trying to like, just because like, you talk about fighting, you're kind of like, you're trying to hype.
Was this one of my people?
Nah, he was
cool.
he was one of those guys that kind of pretends to be one of your people, but he was Asian. If that means anything to you.
Oh.
Like he's not one of your people.
I'm nothing to say about that, Dre. Yeah. Please go ahead.
No, but no, he was Asian, like Vietnamese or something like that.
Did you go to an Asian bar?
No, it was in Hollywood, and it was just like it was a pizza joint. But it was a
pizza joint. That's a bar club.
Yeah, it's a pizza. No, sorry, that's what I'm saying. It was a pizza joint pretending to be a club.
Discovery Zone.
Basically, became a bar because there's people sitting around actually eating food, but it was loud as hell. And they're like they have like not a DJ, but they're basically having someone mix some tracks together. And it's like people playing pool. But I was just like, man, I'm out of my league. Like it's just not fun.
Asian gentleman went to you, probably because of the people you were with. I would say, right? They feel comfortable talking to you because...
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I got that, and it was just like, but he kept trying like, you're trying to hype yourself up, and you're talking about fighting and shit. I was like, okay, let me just keep de-escalating you, because I don't want him at some...
Maybe he needs you to hype him up. Maybe he's going to fight somebody. He's like,
I know. That's fine. Wait for me to fucking leave this place, because I'm not trying to get shot in the fucking collateral damage or some shit. Exactly, right? So it's like, okay, because there was a fight, actually, outside, too.
Oh, really?
Some dude's got it on video, awesome. Too. And I'm just trying to like, okay.
You yell World Star?
Huh?
Yell World Star?
No. It was I didn't see it happen. Some other dude came over and he had shown the video and because he had recorded it. And I'm just like,
was it a good fight?
I wasn't paying that much attention. My mindset is like, okay, they keep getting more energetic about fighting and shit. I just gotta keep bringing him back down.
That's the reason why, because he probably saw that, and then that.
I understand that. That's why I gotta keep bringing him down to earth. Where it was like the energy.
So he's probably talking to you about like sometimes you gotta fight, and then you think, you think he's trying to fight you.
No, I don't think he's trying to fight me. Okay. I just think he's trying to like hype himself up to be in a position.
Who's next?
Yeah, like because he wasn't part of the fight, but he's just saying like how fighting is like the right thing to do, and like so basically he's trying to convince himself that. Maybe there may be a fight, and maybe he's down to fight.
What was your lovely partner doing and the other people you're with?
Oh, they couldn't hear. Only I could hear.
So you were stuck with this. So
yes, because they were all to the right of me, and I'm like stuck. And like, luckily there was no one sitting in front of me because they would be stuck too. They were all to the side of me, and I was like, that's why I was like, I was stuck. But I was like, look, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to like.
Eat my food and
I wanted to. I don't know how I got in this conversation to begin with, but he was just like walked
hungry,
up,
sir, please.
But he was drunk, so you can tell like he's kind of out there. And I'm just saying like him trying to hype himself up, like I'm basically saying I'm down to fight. Basically, at the end of the day, he's saying I'm down to fight if I have to, kind of thing. And I'm trying to
we be my wingman. We be my corner.
I'm just trying to tell him, like, fighting's not the way to go all the time. Sometimes peace and love. Because I don't want to get in no fight. I don't want this motherfucking fight next to me. I don't want some motherfuckers fight in this area.
Hey, this dude said he's okay, so I'm going to do it right now.
Because, like, at the worst case scenario, two dudes get into a fight. Somebody throws a table and that shit hits me or some shit, right? So I'm just trying to
mid-chew.
So I'm just constantly trying to de-escalate this, and he just kind of keeps bringing it back up. So I'm just trying to deflate the energy in his, like, I'm like peace and love and all that shit.
That bitch over there.
Yeah, that's fine. And if he would have walked away, that'd been fine too. I don't care. I'm just trying to get him to an area where it's not like, oh yo, like we should go fucking do this. Not man. Peace and love.
This 9 right here. We're gonna do something right.
Exactly.
We're gonna go handle.
Because I don't know what he has, right? Because I haven't done that my work to see, like, because he kind of sat down before I really, like, clocked him out. But the way it sounded like he had a knife because he kept bringing like weapons and shit. And I was like he didn't bring him out, but he was talking about sometimes fighting. That's like it. I was just like, okay, this dude. I don't know this dude.
So the big question is,
he's capable of. Yeah.
When you seen him again? When are you guys hanging out?
Anytime soon. But like he was choloed out though. But he was definitely Vietnamese or Cambodian. I forget what he told me, but it was just like he was.
He identify himself to you? He identify himself to you? Like, I am this?
Yeah. It was because we had a good long conversation, and like telling you, I was
love, life, and pursuit of happiness.
He could talk to me. Fighting. Yeah. So I was just like, shit. So just like, he's asking like, he's like, where you from? Because he's asking me where I was from, and you just shit. And
like where you lived, or like gang wise?
Not like where I lived. Like it was like, I'm from like.
Does he want to ride home?
I'm from Pico, that kind of shit. But like, it was just like. I was just thinking, like, man, I don't come to fucking clubs anymore.
With this shit and making friends?
Yeah. This whole story, like, I don't know how I got down this. No, because you were talking about, like you were chilling, and, like, there's a party going downstairs. I'm okay with that. Like, if this was, like, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, how old am I? Shit. 20 years ago.
Okay.
I might be down because I'd be more excited.
No, but for me, like, me and my friends would go to parties. We would go to parties, right? We'd be all hyped up. We'd walk in. Go find a corner, hang out, start talking. We would just ignore everybody, and that would be it.
I was always the type that, like, me and my homies would go, but I would always try to find new people to talk to. And sometimes that shit didn't work out.
I don't know. Unless you talk to me, then I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I wasn't trying to relive my glory days. We just happened to end up in my glory days, and I was like, damn, this shit is fucking whack. But it was interesting, though. One of the things I noticed. The food was okay. It's actually decently good because if you ever go to like a club type bar, that food is generally whack. But this food was actually pretty good. I was like, oh, okay. Because
the strip club food,
huh?
Have you eaten strip club food?
Yes.
Bar, like, buffet.
And the one we went to had fucking nice wings. The wings were fucking fire. Strip club we went to.
We went to strip club for my brother-in-law's birthday or something we did. But they had like tacos outside the back. They're really fucking good. Like tacos. I'm like, hey.
I went to a strip club once or twice or 3 times. But yeah, every time we went, most of them had decent food. I was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
Nah, but like, yeah, I just realized, like, I don't know how that was like the shit. Because I could not do that shit now. It's just, it was so loud. Like, maybe all clubs or bars are like that. But I was like, man, how do you focus? I can't hear shit. I don't want to talk so loud. And then, like I said, people got in a fight outside, and I was like, man, I really don't.
I miss watching. I miss seeing fights. I miss that shit.
Like,
I watch them on Instagram.
I like the days when I was like a kid or high school, whatever. We ended up in and out. That shit's not so bad, but like at that kind of place, it's not my scene anymore.
Okay.
So like you're saying downstairs, all this music, that shit sounds cool until you actually go down there and like, hey, where you from? Cincinnati. What? And like all talking loud and shit. And it's like, oh man.
And the music cuts out and you're yelling.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, shit.
But,
that was the case. But, so thanks for listening to our in-depth review of all these games you talked about. The game of life, actually, it was. As we talked about reality stars, reality TV show. We talked about fucking Dre's Club Days. We got into much other shit. I don't know. I can't remember. Can't recap. If you want to recap all the transition, just rewind and watch it. Listen or watch it again. But thanks for listening or watching. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, we get videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This being Wednesday, so you'll see it here. Audiovisionist podcast is also out on Wednesdays on iTunes, Spotify. Download it there. It's Gameoration. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, say hello. and chat and give us your memories in the comments below. I know we shall see you guys later.
Peace.